Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and turn on your post notification bell. Today we're going to talk about labor and delivery, and I'm just going to share some tips about delivery, labor, and just some things that you should consider doing whenever you go into labor or whenever you have your baby. Some tips that you should share with your doctor. I went to the hospital 3 times and apparently I was not in labor. I went one time and I wasn't even dilated. I went a second time and I took a nap. I woke up and I thought that my water broke because I thought that I felt something trickling, but it wasn't that. I went back a third time and I wasn't even dilated, so I ended up going to Chick-fil-A to get something to eat. Just apparently you can take pain medication to help with the contractions, so I did that. I went to bed, and after the contractions started to get really intense, I knew that it was time to go back for the 4th time. And lucky for me, the 4th time that I went, I was very close to having the baby. So I think I was having contractions for over 24 hours, intense contractions for maybe about 12 hours, I would say, and then I had my baby. So when you're going into labor, do not go with any thoughts about someone else's story. People will tell you that this was their experience. Everyone has a different experience. You don't know what your experience is gonna be. For me personally, I had friends who had to get a lot of stitches. Some had to end up getting C-sections, and I was scared, honestly, because I just felt like that was gonna be my situation. But I had my baby. I had no stitches, I didn't even have a rip. And I would suggest that you listen to the doctor carefully, do exactly what the doctor says, go with the most positive attitude. At the end of the day, no matter what your labor or delivery process is like, you're still gonna have a nice, beautiful baby that you're gonna love at the end of the process. So just be excited and don't worry about anything. Just trust your doctor. So the first thing that I want to discuss is the delayed cord cutting. They delay the clamping and the cutting of the umbilical cord. This way it gives some extra time for the baby to receive extra blood from the placenta. So that's something that you want to discuss with the doctor. Let him or her know that you would like to delay for at least 1 minute. The longer the better, but just allow the baby to get that extra blood and nutrients from the placenta. The placenta is amazing. If you have the time, go ahead and read up on the placenta, and it's just a wonderful source of nutrients for the baby. So just go ahead and read up on that, but have them delay that clamping and the cutting for at least 1 minute after delivery. Number 2, skin to skin. As soon as the baby gets out, you want to have skin to skin. This is where the baby is placed on the mother's chest. Your skin is gonna be touching your baby's skin, and I mean, it sounds pretty basic, but it helps with so many different things. It helps to regularize the baby's breathing. It helps to form a connection. It has immune system. It helps the baby to gain weight. And I'm gonna put a link in the description box so that you can read up more about skin to skin. If the mom is not available, the C-section delivery is a bit different. Mom has to be away from the baby for a while, so it is recommended that if mom for whatever reason, whether it's an emergency or a C-section or whatever the case is, that the baby is not able to do skin to skin with mom as soon as the baby is born, then dad should do skin to skin with the baby, because he can help as well with all these things. Even if you have a vaginal delivery and everything goes well, you can give dad a chance to do skin to skin so that he can form that connection with baby. Zooming in, you want to be with your baby. You want to be able to monitor your baby. You want to be able to keep that connection with your baby as soon as the baby is born. So you want to be in the same room with the baby. I think by now most hospitals will keep the baby with mom, but if you have a choice, then I would recommend that you room in with your baby. This is how you're going to learn your baby. When your baby's hungry, when he needs to be changed, this is a new baby, you want time to learn and connect with your baby. If for some medical reason that your baby cannot be with you, that's fine as well. Breastfeeding within the first hour. Now, breastfeeding is just important. I am a big advocate for breastfeeding. I tell all my friends, anyone who has a baby, I stress this all the time. I love breastfeeding. I have breastfed my baby from the day she was born, and she still breastfeeds now. She loves breastfeeding. It has formed a bond between her and I that I just love. So I'm gonna do a separate video on breastfeeding. I'm gonna give you tips and tricks. I know it's not easy, especially at first. It can be very painful, but in another video I'm gonna discuss ways to make it easier. Pacifiers or sugar water. I'm not sure exactly what the sugar water is for, honestly. I've never heard of it. It's not something that was discussed with me by my doctor. Not sure why the baby would need sugar water. If you've had a baby and your baby has had to get water with sugar in the hospital, can you comment below so that you can share with the rest of us, you know, why? I know definitely the pacifier is generally, for one, it doesn't help the process. It doesn't help to facilitate breastfeeding. If anything, it kind of hampers the process of breastfeeding because the baby's learning to latch and you want the baby to get used to latching to the breast. A bottle is a whole different latch situation, and a pacifier is definitely a whole different situation from the breast, from the natural nipple. So that's one reason why you may not want to use a pacifier at first. But the issue with pacifiers is it's hard to tell when your baby is hungry if the baby's constantly being soothed by a pacifier. A lot of times a baby will suck on a pacifier and the baby will pass a feeding time and you won't get any cues from the baby because the baby's already comforted by a pacifier. So at the end of every video I'm going to do one random mommy tip. So one thing that was suggested to me by another mom is just get a dip colored powder. That way it doesn't take long. You don't have to wait for a polish to dry. It's sanitary because every time you go to get your nails done, you get a fresh set, so that old nail, that old acrylic will be gone the next time, and it just keeps the hands, you know, cleaner that way. It's faster, it's easier. You don't have to worry about waiting for polish to dry. And that was a cool tip that I use now. So whenever you go to get your nails done, go ahead and get a dip powder. So that is my random mommy tip for today. I've just received the most random tips that have helped so much with my mommy life. If you have any random tips, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. That way other moms can see and I can share them in other videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Remember to turn on your notification bell, and if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe now. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video.